Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Namaskar. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India. On this is September 8, 2021, Wednesday, and this is regarding quality, safety, health, and environment. In morning, I could not get signal, so I could not work in morning today, and it has been happening for many days. And I've been writing to Airtel, but nothing is getting improved. Well, no problem. I just took a chance to talk to you now. And title of this talk is Civil Field Engineering, Life, Quality, AnnexSL, COVID-19, Safety, Health, Environment. Engineer's role, designs, construction methods, contracts, organizations, communication, coordinations, why we behind quality of standard materials, work stocks, etc. And last time, you can see these certificates. These certificates mean something. Otherwise, why should we be there in field? These certificates have some meaning, and we should respect these certificates. For that, I am here just to remind everybody why we don't care for. And now we talk of important part of this. And I also added some Hindi titles just for some people who may like to see Hindi also. And quality is very important. It's gunavatta. We call it gunavatta. Hindi में गुणवत्ता भी कहते हैं. I am talking to whole world. That's why I am speaking in English so that at least maximum people can understand this. And who want to see in Hindi also, they can read this, no problem. Gunavatta equal to quality. And Hadsa se Suraksha means prevention from accidents, or you can say incidents. Quality, safety, health, and environment approach is tried to be redefined, means to include every issue from projects, from sites. Quality and safety, health and environment, along with ergonomics, all are connected in this string, because this string is support to project requirement meeting. Without quality, we cannot do anything. गुणवत्ता बिना सब कर्म बेकार. गुणवत्ता हाथ से सुरक्षा, शक्ति उपयोग. Quality, SHE and ergonomics. Quality required everywhere. हर जगह जरूरत है क्वालिटी की. Quality required everywhere and in every activity in life and in engineering. We can't do without that. It's very important point. Quality required everywhere and in every activity in life and in engineering. हिंदी में जस्ट गुणवत्ता हर काम में आवश्यक. सुरक्षा बिना सब काम सब कर्म बेकार. उत्पादन हो या उद्योग या निर्माण. मीन्स without quality, nothing works. Without safety, nothing works. It may be industry, it may be production, it may be manufacturing, and it may be construction. SHE required everywhere, during manufacturing and in construction, and also during use of products. Whereas Shakti Upyog, ergonomics can be called Shakti ka Upyog. Ergonomics is a science that tells everyone about how to use available energies for doing work, activities in best possible manner, so that worker is least impacted upon by adverse actions. These requirements are certainly must, and there is no way to say or to respond, say no. You have to ask yourself. Everybody has to ask, how can you say no when it's a requirement? No way out without good quality compliance applications. We have to apply quality to its maximum specifications, and if possible, do better than that. Good SHE compliance applications, nothing can move in right directions without that. SHE very first consideration, we can say it must be counted at first level, because every work should be safe, and without which we cannot move. SHE is very first consideration on every activity, on every project, and on every operation, supported by ergonomics. SHE claims that safety first. If safety is conducted, what happens, and if safety is ignored, what happens, we know that. No safety, no pain, and no safety, no pain, that is called in English. And in Hindi we may simplify, we can say सुरक्षा है तो दर्द नहीं, सुरक्षा नहीं है तो दर्द ही दर्द. दर्द ही दर्द, सॉरी नहीं लिख दिया मुझे, दर्द ही दर्द नहीं। सुरक्षा है तो दर्द नहीं, और सुरक्षा नहीं तो दर्द ही दर्द। खैर, गुणवत्ता की आवश्यकता हर कार्य में, क्वालिटी हैज़ टू बी complied with defined requirement within ambit of work specifications. Whatever specifications we have to follow them, we have to implement them, and that is what we can define, that according to given specifications, this work goes on, and we can say it works in line to requirement. Quality ranges in elaborations depending on indicative descriptions, and there exists no unlimited scope of quality criteria to be carried out. There is no future if no quality persists and its specified requirements must be met. Gunavatta avashyak, quality is a must, you can say. Quality is a must. Engineers must realize quality facts, and in particular civil engineers have to change quality aspect of society, or else quality cannot exist. अभियंताओं को समझना होगा। अभियंताओं को समझना होगा, जरूरी है। If engineers don't realize, no one can realize. That is also a fact. I know. Go to in safety issue. Last time also I talked. This is safety plan of some project. It's indicative, means just for purpose of disseminating knowledge, how these issues, these documents work on sites. For every project, we have to chalk out, we have to design, we have to draw some plan which people would follow. That could be safety plan, that could be quality plan, that could be project plan, and also planning we do. If we don't plan like that, plan doesn't mean drawing here. It's drawing of document, actually we call it. Drawing of document. Just taking some fruit. When we draw some document, at that time we think based on experience. And if you don't think, we just draw. That means nothing. What we have to do, we should know. How can we know? We can know only when we know the scope of that project work. We have contract documents. In those contract documents, everything must be defined. Requirements must be defined. Total work to be done must be defined. Only then we can understand what we have to do. This means all drawings, all requirements, all contract pages, all documents, all specifications, whatever else schedules, safety applications, industrial safety requirements, and whatever institutional requirements of safety, whatever that is. OSHA, NFPA, you know that OSHA is there, NFPA is there, and likewise national laws are there. Occupational safety and health maintenance is very important, because our first resource is human. If there is no human on site, at least civil construction cannot be done. Who is resource? Contractor is a resource. Before that, engineer is a resource. I mean contract engineer who awards this work on behalf of honor. Then site engineers are resources. Site staff is a resource. Workforce is a resource. These are human resources. If these people do not act, if these people do not work, you cannot move work, even if you put all machines on site, all equipment on site. No way you can work. And not only on sites, in industries, in manufacturing units, or wherever development goes on, these resources cannot be replaced by no resources, no humans. Yes, you may say there is driverless train. You may say that, but from somewhere it is controlled. We cannot say that there is no human resource. That's why I say our human resources are first one to be considered, because without that no machine can work, no activity can go on. Everything required to be done has to be studied, has to be read, has to be understood first time, every time. We have to understand what to do. It is not only in safety but as overall requirement. Construction, quality, planning, safety, contracts, procurement, handling workers, handling equipment, whatever plays a role on works, that is important. From that viewpoint, when leader of project, you may call project organizer or project manager, whatever, or project engineer, or whosoever is there who has been given responsibility of that project, must know what should be done. How can one know? One can know only from documents. One must read documents, and one, after reading documents, should understand what is required. And documents reading means drawings readings, all drawings, generally all disciplines. Not that I would read only civil, no. You have to comprehend actually. I'm not saying you apply immediately. Comprehension is required. Means one should know what we are going to do, and on every discipline. We should understand design of all disciplines, architectural, civil, structural, machines, mechanics, mechanism, HVAC, whatever is involved on that project. First we should analyze that and that analysis can be done only by going through scope of work or going through whole project, whatever details we have. Then we have to understand one by one all details, work wise, quantity wise, cost wise, and analyze that time wise, because time is very important factor which can change your plan. You cannot avoid cost because you have to buy material, you have to do job, you have to use machines, you have to use your human resources. You cannot affect that you have to save cost. Whatever cost is to be spent on these purchases, on procurements, you cannot. Yes, you can negotiate something that is within certain margin. You have to pay to workers, to machines, to hiring, everywhere you have to pay. So time is more important than cost. Yes, if we save time, if we can save time, we can say that is called intellectual planning. Quantities we cannot save. Yes, if there's an error, that's different, but quantities we cannot save. Quality we cannot save. We have to give quality, at least demanded quality, specified quality. We cannot say no. And if you do not give that quality, it is only we will suffer, because our work, you can say quality deficient work or non-conforming quality work shall suffer from acceptance point of view, from delivery point of view, and our work shall be held up. We shall not be paid, as well as we shall not be able to deliver complete job. So we have to be very serious. It is not children game. It is not game of cricket or football. And if you are defeated, no problem, and if you win, no problem. Here it is engineering, and engineering means facts. Engineering means truth. Especially I speak that all time, that engineering is no joke. Just like medical is no joke. Ignorance does not work in engineering, or you can say overlooking does not work in engineering. A pragmatic engineer must apply thorough knowledge, must apply thorough knowledge to do job. Part knowledge shall not suffice. Our job in engineering means solid work that will stay for years to come. We are not producing, we don't produce vegetables, we don't produce chapatis that we will eat. We deliver something, we deliver goods that shall be used for decades to come. So it's not easy question, it's difficult question. Quality, if not delivered, quality if not delivered, it shall make problem for everybody. For that purpose, what one has to do, who has to do what. Every designation is important to be defined. Every job description is important to be defined. Every responsibility is required to be fixed. And it's not only for whole project but also disciplines. This has to be defined in project plan. This has to be defined in safety plan as well as quality plan and whatever else plan we do. I am talking of facilities, plant facility project. It's not simply building or road. It is total discipline. On such plants, we have trains of operations, or you can say processes areas. We have off-sites. We have electric supply areas. You can say buildings, which I mean to say substations and main stations. We have water provision, means supply of water from sea for purpose of cooling, and that cooling is required because machines get hot, equipment get hot while performing. And we require many other areas like administration areas, or you can say lay down areas temporarily, and all these facilities work together. We have to take water. After cooling, we have to collect that water, recirculate it or discharge it to sea, and that can be done through our outfall areas, and we have to require lagoons there also. So many buildings, warehousing we require. So you can say in such a vast project which will cost you can say millions of dollars or billions of dollars, rather millions, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion, like that, means thousands, you can say lakhs of cubic meters of concrete you have to do there, thousands of tons of structural steel you have to install there. You can say or hundreds of equipment are to be procured and installed on foundations. There will be thousands of foundations on such projects, RCC foundations, and there will be millions of cubic meter of fill if that area is to be prepared for certain levels. Because it is to be noted that we have to keep that plant above sea level, quite considerable above sea level, because of rise of sea in future, and we have to take precautionary measures. We have to keep our site raised. For that purpose, filling is required. So millions of cubic meters of filling would be required. These points I am just telling you preliminary, because all this require quality, require safety, require everything, construction. We have to take care of reinforcing bars, we have to take care of steel structure, we have to take care of RCC, we have to take care of precast steel, whatever it is there, I mean to say. There are fireproofing, fire requirement, fire controls, loss prevention, human resources requirement, how to control them, how to control machines, how to procure machines, how to design whole project ultimately, and then all this is required. You can say safety is not at one point, but safety is divergent there and concentration also exists. It is concentrated as well as divergent. We start from concentration through studies of documents and through requirements required, and those must be understood. If we can't understand them, then we cannot do anything. So now this document is just for safety description, though it's very small page, and that's why I'm explaining to you, because explanation is sometimes much above than documents, and sometimes documents are much above than explanation that happens in life. It is sample only, but you have to understand this through practical experience. In this we say, for example, this is general scope, purpose, definition, abbreviations, okay. Then policy, safety policy is this. SSE, SHE or HSE both are same. Policy statement. Then there is safety, health and environment targets. There are legal obligations, contractual obligations, and then organization responsibility. I am talking about safety here, safety, health and environment. General safety responsibilities. Safety, when I speak, this means SHE or HSE, same thing. Project site leader or manager, project site safety manager or leader, construction and safety plan, organization and safety pool, medical services, safety training, mobilization, demobilization, audits, change organization, change management or change requirement, management or organization reviews, document that you confine to what I said. It's not necessary. This is just suggestion, means what we have to consider. It can be further filled up, it can be further extended, or if you require to delete something, you can delete also. Generally addition is done, and it depends upon what project you are going to do. Sometimes it's a simple project, small project like very small building, or sometimes it's very complicated project like plant facilities project, which can run for many years. It's not that in 2-3 months you'll finish that, will take some like couple of years. Such projects which are immense one and which are energy based projects, you can call them energy based projects. Energy, because you are going to generate energy as well as you are using energy, petroleum, fossil energy. For this project, you can say crude oil you are using first in refinery, you are producing petrol, diesel, etc., LNG, or propane, ethane, etc. And then you are also, if there is some byproduct, you are going to do other job like you can say production of ethylene, propane. Likewise, you can say, though it's all included in pollution, but even then, industry is industry and industry works always. You can say such projects are industrial oriented projects, and if you want to promote industry in whatever nation, you have to do that. We have to understand the scope. What is the scope of this document first of all, and that is based on the scope of project. This plan describes safety, health and environmental activities to be performed within the scope of plant's facility projects, and that civil works including foundation works, superstructure works, internal pavements, mechanical and electrical works, and other related works of project whatsoever are there. It can be IT, it can be safety, it can be surveillance, CCTV, it can be whatsoever it is, satellite controls, etc. Whatever it is possible there. So you have to understand the scope and then write what we are going to do about this. What is purpose of this? Purpose is also very important because it is safety, health and environment related and ergonomics related. Purpose of this plan is to define project organization, systems and objectives applicable to all safety, health, environment construction activities required for proposed plans facility project. Purpose is simple, means we have to complete that industrial unit, and that is purpose, so that this unit should come into operation and this title of project should go away from there. It should be operational one time. After this project is constructed, it is tested and commissioned, and then it goes to operational unit and operator would take care of that. That's only purpose, to be very frank. It covers all construction phases of this project. IRP means leave that. International whatever project is this, industrial required project. Whilst minimum standards to be complied with all applicable laws and regulations, ultimate goal of this safety plan is to aim for safety standards that eliminate injury to humans and damage to facilities, materials and to the environment. Now certain definitions are very simple, you all know that, but I'm just trying to refresh that. Refreshing is very important, so I'm trying to refresh that. Safety means safety, health and environment disciplines to support project activities. Company means, actually it is client, to be very frank, in industrial projects. Company stands for those who shall become operator one day. Operator means plant operator, authority you can say. Company means an owner. It can be state government, it can be central government or national government, it can be some other person who promotes that. It's not necessary it should be state or central government. Whoever is going to, generally corporate world does in this. For example, AnnexSL is the government. AnnexSL in UAE, sorry. AnnexSL is in UAE, and same way you can say Aramco in Saudi Arabia, Qatar Petroleum in Qatar. Likewise, there are so many companies, Baruj also. And there are so many, not one. So those are called companies actually. Company or ownership or operators, you can call them. They are ultimately, they shall be owner. They are owners. Then you say contractor. Contractor means organization that has won some project from that company or client. That is contractor, not subcontractor, contractor. we have to understand this fact. Contractor means generally such contracts are given for design inclusion, means design also becomes a part of such contract, and such contracts are called package contracts, including designs, procurement, installations, operations, everything, not operations, maintenance can over some time. So we can call them EPC or EPIC contract. Engineering means designs. Engineering, procurement, contractor, you can say engineering procurement contractor can be EPC or EPIC also. So that contractor is very much professional. It's not simply who can go to whosoever you wish. No, that's not that. This contractor is not contractor. Along a team of, it must have a very high profile team of engineers of all disciplines, all professional branches. Then that contractor has further subordinates, you can say, who can be called subcontractor, because every specialty or every company does not have all systems with it, all organizations, but they can control subcontractors. Subcontractor means those organizations, an organization that has one part of project work from main contractor or EPC contractor organization. Now what is client? I have told you already. Client means an organization entitled company in contractual terms that has entrusted project to organization or contractor. And personnel means all personnel involved on that project site activities, all personnel, from all means from main contractor, from subcontractors, from others also, whosoever are there involved directly or indirectly, they are all part of that person, means personal responsibility they have to do. So responsibility means job and contract responsibility. Training means training imparted for specific safety topic and job on project site. Specific safety means what activity you are doing. Every activity has different structure of safety. Sometimes there are so many specializations, so many safety disciplines are required or sub-disciplines are required. That training has to be given accordingly. And there are all classes of training that are imparted on such projects, but not to all personnel, only to those who are going to work on those activities. There may be safety in mechanical world, safety pertinent mechanical discipline, electrical discipline, civil discipline, other disciplines. In civil there are so many such things, in mechanical as well. Everywhere you will find. For that you have to go through details of project, and you have to check out with safety personnel, with safety experts, what should be included in this plan. And that will be decided based on what is project. Buildings are there, roads are there, process units are there, trains are there, electrical buildings are there, ordinary work is there, specific work is there. There are chances of accidents, high-rise work is there on dozen taxes. Means there are, you can say, every issue. And not only here, that issue will also come while this project is operated. That will be separate plan. Now we are talking of plan during construction. So you can say training is specific and ordinary both. From induction to delivery, from mobilization to demobilization. Management means organization, top, middle and lower organization management. You will find people, officers, engineers, others, all at every level, until we go to even line management. That is actual people, that is real group of people who work physically. Safety manager leader means a person with job title safety manager or leader or organizer deployed by certain organizations. Something I am speaking from mind. Everything is not written here because I did not find to write everything. It was old documents, no problem. I'm just telling you, you can hear, you can listen to that, because I'm thinking also, I'm reading. This is my you can say my style. I think also sometimes I change a script, and so that script which is available to you, you can read that one as well as you can understand what I'm speaking. Because when you work long time on projects, if you write everything at writing time, maybe everything is not able to come to your mind, but later on when you think, the balance of writing comes to your mind, so that can be spoken. Because a project leader, a manager, organizer means a person as such with title project manager deployed by contractor. An engineer means a person appointed by client, or you can say client company for an overall project responsibility to administer EPC contract. Now, EPC contract is very big. You must have seen FIDIC standard format of contract, and I think I would share with you that also sometime, and I already shared in, maybe I don't know, in past videos. So that would continue. Now we are talking of safety element or safety important significant discipline on projects, and that plan we are talking. Project means plants facility project. That is very much definition of this. We can say plant facility project. Client is, again I said, project owner who shall, after receiving this completed project, become operator of that project or authority of that project forever, or for duration of that project, which is generally limited to 30 years maximum, but it can be upgraded after rehaulation or revolving, or you can say redesigning or refurbishment of that project if it's possible. I cannot commit that one. I can only commit that what I studied in my contract education and my contract experience. Generally 30 years are capped for such operational status, and it's up to them how they continue. Then I say contractor, again I said EPC contractor, explained already. Then what is plant? Plant has long definition, though it's whole plant, you can say whole facility itself is a plant. But that plant has further area-wise plant or unit-wise plants or individual plants or equipment or electronic equipment or likewise. So it can be machinery, apparatus, materials, computer, hardware and software, articles of and things of all kinds to be provided under proposed contract. And it can be Internet of Things, it can be equipment, machines, big machines, it can be vessels, it can be rotary machine, it can be vibratory machine, it can be stationary machines. This can be buildings, electrical building, central control building, administrative building, facilities building, warehouse buildings, roads internal, underground services, that is utilities, all kinds of utilities. And you can say there are so many items involved. Utilities also many, manholes, hundreds and hundreds of manholes. Same way, thousands and thousands meters of pipes, thousands and thousands meters of cables, duct banks, sewer line, water line, or you can say soil, rainwater line. You may say chemical flow of something into pipes, and then you see water cooling system. There is so much in that. Means it's complex one. Really it is complex. It's not residential complex. It is industrial production complex or industrial processing complex. Now few abbreviations only. These are not all, just some important one. EPC contractor is contractor. SHE means again safety, health and environment, and PP means personal protective equipment. QA is quality assurance. QR I should write here. QR is quality requirement. QM is quality management, or TQM can be total quality management. QM is corporate quality management manual, which is very important. And COS SH control of substances hazardous to health. Hazardous to health. COS is control of substances hazardous to health. So these are very, very few. You can say these are like titles only, and there are so many more which we will discuss later on. What abbreviations can be included? It's not necessary to include all. We will see. HSE policy. हाँ क्या लाए? अच्छा अच्छा ठीक. SHE policy is important. Always remember what we do, what is our policy. That is very important. Its primary and continuity. It is primary. It's a primary and continuity policy of EPC contractor that in conduct of its activities it shall endeavour to protect health and safety of everyone affected by these activities and endeavour to limit adverse effect on physical environment that may be caused by working in existing conditions. Very simple it is. What is policy? This means whoever works on that project from top to bottom or from bottom to top, you can say from whoever works there, it is endeavor, it is responsibility of contractors to keep everybody safe from adverse impacts of activities. This means health should not be impacted upon adversely and nobody should be involved in accidents. I know nobody can involve knowingly, but even unknowingly it shouldn't happen. Zero tolerance is acceptable. We don't want to tolerate any accident. That's what is our policy should be. It should be, I am saying. Accidents happen, we know. Minor accidents are not considered fatal. But fatal accidents should be avoided. That's most important. Because stress cannot be avoided, physical stress. So what it says, again I read, it's a primary and continuity policy of EPC contractor that in conduct of its activities it shall endeavour to protect health and safety of everyone affected by these activities and endeavour to limit adverse effect on physical environment that may be caused by working in existing conditions. EPC contractor shall therefore, in its efforts to set safety and environmental standards, contractor has to set out what efforts pertinent safety and environment are to be observed, are to be followed. Now it's simple, we can say provide and maintain a safety, healthy working environment. Safe or safety, safe environment, healthy working environment in compliance with all local regulations and legislations together with appropriate international standards and regulations. You understand that? We have to abide by whatever rules exist, whatever regulations exist. How do we want to use them at national level or at international level? We have to set out that. Again I read, provide and maintain a safe, healthy working environment in compliance with all local regulations and legislations together with appropriate international standards and regulations. Ensure that all employees are informed. Ensure that all employees are informed of operational and safety standards. All employees are informed of operational and safety standards practices. Objectives and procedures to train them in attitude, skills and knowledge in order to achieve these requirements. I think you get that point. Ensure that all employees are informed of operational and safety standards, practices, objectives and procedures to train them in attitude, skills. All items of plant, equipment, materials and substances used in its operations are maintained, handled, or used in a manner so as not to constitute a risk to persons or environment. Whatever plant we have, whatever equipment we have, whatever materials and substances we have, these have to be maintained, these have to be handled, these have to be used in such a manner that it doesn't give any risk to anybody. It doesn't constitute a risk to persons or environment. We have to keep in mind persons are safe, environment is safe. This is our job as professional, as contractor personnel, and as engineer as well, or engineering staff. Establish feedback procedures, systems, and encourage all personnel to participate in matters of safety and health. Feedback is required. You have to encourage people because nobody bothers. Generally, people are very enthusiastic. They do not understand consequences. They just go on to do something without caring about safety. So what we have to do, we have to ask these people about procedures, systems, and encourage all them to participate in matters of health and safety as a requirement, not as spare part. It is a requirement. If you are not safe, you cannot work, because if you meet accident, how can you work? If you are injured, how can you work? It's very important point. Quality is important, but safety is more important than quality, because if person is not safe, person cannot work. So forget quality. If person is injured, if person is sick, if person is impacted by sunstroke, how can you expect that person to work? You cannot expect that person to work. Therefore, safety is a physical. Safety, health, and environment targets. Targets we have written, but we have to think about that. What we have to use in writing, what we have to think of. What is this project? As I said, we should know the scope of work and importance of work, and whatever risks are involved, we have to understand that. Before commencing work, before starting work, you can say, before commencing work, contract. Now I am going to say EPC contractor, means just I'll speak contractor, because again repeating same doesn't mean. You can see is written already there. Before commencing work, contractor shall give following documents to client's manager, safety manager. These documents, what are these? These are a copy of contractor's SHM, in short SHE policy. That policy should be given, and whatever procedures we adopt, whatever safe procedures, safe working procedures we adopt, we have to issue these to employees. Copies of all those procedures we have to give to employees. Generally, we give in different way, because lengthy procedures employee cannot understand. But we have to say something, we have to give them. A copy of contractor's project specific health, safety, and environment plan. That plan we are going to make. This copy should be given to engineer as well, as I said. Now client HSC plan, whoever is company, they must have certain plan. So we can say client's safety plan shall be reviewed by contractor. Client's safety plan shall be reviewed by contractor if provided and be implemented during work. Means we have to review what client safety plan mandates and how can we move, how can we use that. Adherence to client safety rules and procedures included in client safety manual, operator safety manual, procedures and regulations. It means we have to adhere to whatever plans issued by safety plans issued by client, that is client safety manual and operator safety manual. Operator is client who will use this plant for, so it's called operator. Whatever manuals are available on behalf of our client, we have to try to adhere to them. Those procedures and regulations we have to try to abide by, that is mandate. Adherence to client safety rules and procedures included client safety manual, operator safety manual, client safety manual, operator safety manual, procedures and regulations. Carry out regular audits. Audit, audit happens on, is conducted on system contents, that's documents. Carry out regular audits, inspections and surveys of all its sites and activities to ensure compliance with and adherence to these standards and conditions. It's very simple. Everybody can understand that what we are talking of. So we can say clients, again I say client's safety plan shall be reviewed by contractor and provided be and implemented during work. Adherence to client safety rules and procedures included in client safety manual, operator safety manual, procedures and regulations. Carry out regular audits, inspections and surveys of all its sites and activities to ensure compliance with and adherence to these standards and conditions. Legal obligations. Contractor employees shall conform in all respects of legal duties and responsibilities as laid down by relevant legislation, and in case of conflict or contradiction shall allow for compliance with most stringent requirements. Contractor employees shall conform in all respects, in all aspects of legal duties and responsibility as laid down by relevant legislation, and in case of conflict or contradiction shall allow for compliance with most stringent requirements. Contractual obligations. What we have to do, we are required to do on contract, that is called contractual obligation. Contractor shall ensure that all equipment, plant, machinery and apparatus brought onto or used on project are safe and without causing risk to health, safety and environment, and well maintained to acceptable standard. All necessary test and examination certificates shall be available for inspection all items. Contractor shall ensure that all equipment, plant, machinery and apparatus brought onto or used on project are safe and without causing risk to health, safety or environment, and well maintained to acceptable standard. All necessary test and examination certificates shall be available for inspection all times. Contractor, employees and lower tiers of contractors shall obey all reasonable written or verbal instructions issued by client, or in case of an emergency by client's representative, in respect of safety, health and environment controls. Contractors shall ensure that all their employees are competent in their appointed position and duly fit for, suitable for carrying out work under anticipated conditions. It's very, very simple. Means first is that whatever, as I said, equipment, machine, plant, apparatus or whatever we bring to site, that should be safe and it should not cause any risk to safety, health and environment, and it should be well maintained. Everything should be well maintained. Every item should be well maintained, and whatever tests are required to be conducted, we have to conduct, and whatever examination certificates, whatever available for inspection, all times should be conducted. All employees, including lower towers or contractors, shall obey all reasonable writings and instructions given to them by client. No way to condemn them. We cannot condemn them. And all their employees and competent in their appointed. Every employee should be proficient, competent, knowledgeable, and committed, duly fit for doing that job. Now, responsibilities in general respecting certain contract positions. These are not, you can say, hard and fast responsibilities, but we just try to know what can be done, what should be done, what we draw from that. First is always leader, project organization manager, responsible for overall obligations to provide, schedule all resources, directions, engineering resolutions. Site leader or site manager, responsible for overall site construction or prosecution management organization over works and subcontractors. Site safety officer, responsible for overall safety organization management on site and report to project leader, project manager, site leader, site manager, corporate safety leader, safety manager. Construction manager, responsible to arrange all safety related resources and provide site team all requirements. Project site engineer, responsible to carry out safety issues within section. Site safety inspector or engineer, responsible to supervise safety measures on site and control safety issues, should bring to site line management and adopt correct measures. Site foreman, responsible for compliance of safety measures as standards or as directed. An individual working on site, responsible to maintain safety measures. In case missing, should bring to site team attention. So what actually this manager is supposed to do, that's a very important point. It's giving about project manager, site manager, construction manager, safety officer, project site engineer. Everybody has its own role, and that is included always on job description. It is professionalism now that job should be precisely defined. Of course, it should not be limited. It should be precisely defined as minimum what you have to do, and that should be known to everyone. That's important point. And if it's not defined, it should be somewhere in project plan or safety plan. So we have generally all such categories of key personnel on sites, like as I said, at our management or organizational project manager, leader, site manager, leader, safety officer, leader, construction leader, project site leader, engineers, site engineers, you can say superintendents as well, or you may say safety officers, safety construction leaders, project site engineers. So many are there which should be taken care of, and this depends on how many site engineers you have on this project, how many project managers you have. Maybe there are more, if very big project, then there can be general project manager as well. Likewise, we have to define fixed responsibility, and generally very top managers can say number one or number two also from top. They are responsible for administering contract, for running contract, for procurement of materials, for providing all resources required on site, including human resources, machine resources, equipment resources, material procurement, technical design, other designs, administration, everything they are supposed to do. And then if it goes little down, then you can say financial position little is eliminated and technical status remains there. And after that you can say prosecution goes on and on and on. So there is no one description here. There are many requirements which can be studied, but this is just because we are talking of safety here. So we cannot detail out everything except safety means other responsibilities of safety leaders is that they have to take responsibility of overall safety, health and environment issue on that project, and take responsibility in such a way that they have to report to first to the site in charge as site leader, and then to corporate office also. Likewise it goes on and on and on. Now HSE organization and responsibilities. HSE organization and responsibilities. Safety, health and environment responsibilities. Senior, you can say senior management of contractors. Senior management of contractor shall take lead and be responsible for implementation of project safety management. Senior, of course, managers. Project managers is there. There can be others also. Project manager and there is safety manager. You can see they are all key personnel in senior, very senior positions. And that person is designated as safety SHE manager or organization manager, SHE organization leader, and to take lead, has to take lead and has to share responsibilities, absolute responsibility for implementation of project safety, health and environment work. You can say work rather than management, because it is work ultimately. You can say systems and remain fully committed to project safety excellence and a policy of zero accidents, as I referred before. Feedback shall be provided to plant's facility project construction manager. Feedback shall be provided to plant's facility construction leader on a regular basis. By whom? By this person. Individual functional manager shall be responsible for ensuring that policy is applied within its own area. If it is, you can say area safety manager, you can say individual functional manager be responsible for ensuring that policy is applied within own area. Responsibility for safety within contractor is placed upon every single individual personnel engaged on project. This means everybody is responsible for safety, health and environment. Responsibility for SHE within contractor is placed upon every single individual personnel engaged on project. It is essential that all employees take responsibility for their own safety, that of colleagues and others who may be affected by their acts or omissions. All queries on applications or interpretations of plant's facility project safety matters shall be discussed with project head or manager prior to whatever action being affected. Assist owner in handling claims for accidents. Assist company in handling claims for accidents sustained by employees of third parties working on project. Those who are insured, that third party's insurance. Strictly follow owner work permit system. Strictly follow owners or operators work permit system and work permit forms that shall be used for project works in or near to installation. Every manager or leader or supervisor responsible for staff and or an area of work has responsibility to ensure good safety, health and welfare of their staff and others affected by their work. and that friendly environment is not harmed. In particular, they shall ensure that insurance is what? That's what we have to see. Emergency arrangements are provided. Emergency arrangements are provided. Sometimes there are some errors, please don't mind that. Fire precautions are provided. Legislative requirements and company policies are met, and project procedures carried out accordingly. All site staff has received safety training. Enforce safety regulations. Support and feedback is provided for every employee's safety concern. All incidents and accidents are reported at an earliest opportunity in accordance with project procedures. Provide feedback to project leader on a regular basis. Suitable and sufficient personal protective equipment is issued where appropriate. Participate in investigation of all incident in their area. It says, first of all, emergency arrangement must be in. I think whatever emergency we meet, we have to solve it. We have to face it. Then fire precautions are provided. Fire is very important part, very dangerous part, and it must be taken good care. Legislative requirements, law, what law says, and company policies are met, and project procedures carried out accordingly. All site staff has received due training, required training, necessary training of safety, health, and environment, and enforce safety regulations, that is must be. And you can say support and feedback is provided for every employee. Support and feedback is provided for every employee and by every employee related to safety concerns. All incidents and accidents are reported at an earliest opportunity in accordance with project procedures. Provide feedback to project leader, manager on a regular basis. Suitable and sufficient personal protective equipment is in investigation of all incidents in their area. All EPC contractor, plants, facility, project personnel should look after their own safety and health as well as look after their neighbors' health and safety. Project site leader. Project site leader manager has an overall responsibility for safety of project and safety requirements, approving safety program, ensuring that all aspects of program are implemented and adhered to, and ensure that all reasonably practical measures are adopted to protect and promote safety, health and welfare of workforce and to protect environment. Specifically, project lead manager shall be responsible towards safety for allocating sufficient resources for all safety requirements, material procurement, device procurement, whatsoever is required. You can say allocating sufficient resources for all safety requirements, assigning suitably competent safety personnel to project, and that A training program is schemed out to be operational as required. Whatever training we have to impart to specific people, that program has to be charted out before work is done, and they should know everything about that, what precautionary measures are required, what safety measures have to be taken when this work is not started. Before that, we have to understand that, and we can apply that efficiently. In approving safety management system plan and ensuring implementation throughout all phases of plants, facility, project, and commissioning, managers regularly communicate with each other with regard to safety matters. Coordinate with owner operator all safety related issues. Coordinate with owner operator all safety related issues, including emergency procedures. Plant warning system, assembly points, and reporting all accidents included near misses. All items of plant, machinery, and equipment, including lifting tackle, under control, meet all required standards and specifications. Ensure that line personnel take ownership of safety management system and plan, means direct workers front, which is very much subject to adverse safety and which is impacted upon by all adverse incidents. These are called line personnel, and we have to make sure that line personnel take ownership of safety management system and plan. Ensure that all serious incidents are thoroughly investigated, reported, and recorded. Ensure that all serious incidents are thoroughly investigated, reported, and recorded. Ensure that a qualified first aid person is posted on site all times during work activities. Ensure that all persons under control are equipped with appropriate personal protective equipment relevant to activity tasks being performed. Some problem in electrical. Let me go and see. I got it done. Just please let me go and put off. हाँ जरा ऑन कर दिया उसको. मैं कर दूँ नहीं तो आके. अच्छा अभी देर तक आएगी लाइट. मैसेज आया देर तक आएगी लाइट. आया तो था मैसेज. पता नहीं देख रहा हूँ क्या. मेरे एरियाज अप टू मतलब विल बी इंटरप्टेड ऑन 8-9 सवा बजे से लेके 2:30 बजे तक है. ज़्यादा नहीं है. 2:30 बजे तक लिखा है. पंखा बंद कर दो उसका यार. प्रॉब्लम ऑफ लाइट. लाइट कट. हाँ क्या चीज. कोई बात नहीं है. Project site safety manager. Now, site safety manager or organizer is responsible for planning, preparation, implementation, and maintenance of safety plans. Very important point. Safety leader is responsible for planning, preparation, implementation, and maintenance of site plans, safety plans and procedures, for construction and pre-commissioning activities, and verification of their implementation shall ensure that all safety activities are conducted in accordance with contract safety policy and rules. Word safety shall be interpreted to understand as safety, health and environment, SHE as applicable. Reports to project's construction leader or manager, and for deciding policy matters to corporate SHE leader. Main responsibilities are where necessary update safety philosophy and other safety design aspects. Plan and conduct internal safety reviews, audits of design to ensure that safety requirements and potential hazards during construction, commissioning and operation have been fully assessed. It says plan and conduct internal reviews, safety reviews of design to ensure that safety requirements and potential hazards during construction, commissioning and operation have been fully assessed. Participate in safety review, hazardous operations, HAZOP, hazardous operations, and audits conducted by owner engineer. Team of safety officers and safety workers to site activities. Prepare a register of safety related devices in accordance with contract. Check that all equipment including fire and safety are approved, available in compliance with local and company law regulations. Being safe for use and serve notice on subject matter in case of certain non-compliance. Means every equipment that you have, fire extinguishers or whatever else, warning whatsoever you buy that's required for safety and fire, according to law, according to regulations, every issue must be reviewed and checked out whether it is suitable or it's per law. And if it doesn't comply to requirement, then you have to submit notice, you have to serve notice on this issue. Check that personal protection equipment, PPE, personal protective equipment utilized by every personnel remains in good condition and compatible with health requirement, with safety requirement. It is duty that you have to make sure everybody has compatibility of equipment. These are good in condition and these meet requirements, all requirements. Check that hygiene and safety rules are applied during execution of all phases of work, and to serve notice inform all personnel about safety and health rules by means of brochures. Or whatever way lies with company's safety personnel on safety matters. Ensure adoption of safe working practices. Propose a penalty system in coordination with finance and administrative manager and control its implementation for severe cases. Lifting. Lifting superintendent or supervisor. Lifting superintendent shall be competent enough, a person to carry out all lifting operations safely and effectively. Responsibility shall include, but not be limited to, assessment and planning of lifts. Assessment and planning of lifts. Assessment is very important here, which means you can say technical data this crane or this machine can be used to. What is power of this machine? Can say how much load it can take, how many hours can it work, all that. Assessment and planning of lifts with regards to selection of cranes, lifting gear, equipment, instruction and supervision. You have to plan to buy some machine, which machine you have to buy, what should be its capacity, working capacity, what should be life, and you should know all that, and what's its total life, and what's the cost also if you think you can do that. So assessment and planning of lifts with regard to selection of cranes, lifting gear, equipment, instructions and supervision. Ensure that selected equipment has been adequately inspected and maintained. Ensure that an effective procedure remains in place for reporting defects. Now it is transport one. Duties and responsibilities of these positions are same as for lifting superintendent or supervisors, with attention being applied on transporters, trailers instead of cranes. So it's same except vehicle is changed. Construction safety and safety plan. Construction and safety plan. Organization and safety pool. Contractor safety leader, site leader shall report to construction leader with a functional report back to contractor corporate manager, safety manager, who provide guidance and support as well as carrying out an inspection and auditing role. Subcontractor safety officers shall form safety pool under coordination of contractor safety manager, site manager. Purpose of safety pool is to increase capacity of job site safety organization in implementing safety program as directed by construction leader or manager organizer. Subcontractors shall provide evidence of competence for all safety appointments. Site safety leader shall organize regular meetings of safety pool to exchange information and ideas. Medical services. Medical services. Contractors shall provide a clinic staffed by qualified medical professionals in accordance with contractual requirements and first aid regulations, which procedure number you can see based on BS. So doctors is a must in big sites, doctors and male nurses and other nurses. Now safety training. You see, it's all quality as we stated. It's very important in this as we talk of quality and safety. Same we are understanding here. What we talk of safety training now. Safety training shall be conducted by site safety leaders or under its authority. Site safety leader or project site leaders may, at discretion, employ some other professional to conduct specific safety training as may be required. Training and awareness program shall be developed including pre-assignment safety awareness, site safety orientation, toolbox talks, craft specific courses, training for supervisors and organization management as required. Training for all, you can say. Prior to commencing work, all contractors and subcontractors personnel shall attend a safety organization program. New employees shall be instructed on safety rules and regulations on their craft and safe work practices for which they are accountable. Safety training shall cover a variety of topics including but not limited to safe use of plant means equipment or machine, safe use of plant, fire safety is very important, lifting safety, as I said, lifting safety, lifting by crane, lifting by hoist, lifting by excavator, likewise safety on site, good housekeeping, electrical safety, safe use of hand tools, electrical operated or otherwise power tools can say. A safety induction session shall be held for all contract personnel outlining safety requirements of contract. Training shall be conducted in employees' native language if they are not fluent in English speaking. All safety training shall be recorded and logged at site for duration of contract. Mobilization. All equipment, you know what is mobilization, to bring in something for work to site, and demobilization is to take away when it's not required in use, to be used on site. All equipment, plant, machinery and lifting tackle shall be fully serviceable, tested, checked, inspected and certified prior to arrival at site. All equipment, plant, machinery and lifting tackle shall be fully serviceable, tested, checked, inspected and certified prior to arrival at site and be transported to site safely and efficiently. All personnel shall be fully trained, qualified and competent to carry out their allotted tasks. All cranes and all appropriate lifting tackles shall be assembled and rigged in accordance with manufacturer's recommendations and procedures. Appropriate functional checks shall be carried out following assembly and rigging. Specific areas shall be designated for storage of equipment. Specific areas shall be designated for storage of equipment, vehicles and cranes. All test and inspections certificates shall be submitted to client for review and approval during mobilization. Safety orientation courses shall be conducted or held for all personnel during mobilization period. Demobilization. Demobilization. All equipment, plant, machinery, lifting tackle and personnel. All equipment, plant, machinery, lifting tackle and personnel shall be demobilized from site safely and efficiently. All cranes and appropriate lifting tackles shall be de-rigged in accordance with manufacturer's recommendations and procedures. Site shall be left in safe, clean and tidy and reinstated to its original conditions as far as reasonable practical. All items not required and left behind in accordance with contract terms and conditions shall be removed from site during demobilization. Items belonging to client shall be returned to client during demobilization. All lifting and transport operations required for demobilization shall be carried out with required compliance to safety as affected during contract period. All waste materials shall be handed over to client for disposal unless some other facilities have been provided and agreed. Audits. Measuring, monitoring and evaluation. Measuring, monitoring and evaluation are key issues of safety plan. Measuring, monitoring and evaluation are key issues of safety plan. It shall ensure that all activities are being conducted in accordance with established policies. It shall ensure that all activities are being conducted in accordance with established policies and procedures and to identify areas where opportunity for improvement exists. We have to identify areas. If you can improve it, no problem. Formal audit programs shall be used to annually review implementation of safety plan and to list and report recommended improvement. Formal audit programs shall be used to annually review implementation of safety plan and to list and report recommended improvements. Now, change management. When changes are made to safety plan, we have approved plan, we are going to change it for some reason. When changes are made to safety plan and procedures, this shall be authorized by safety leader or manager. Let me just put it, okay? So, when changes are made to safety plan and procedures, this shall be authorized by safety manager, approved by project director, distributed in controlled manner by document control center according to procedures whatsoever agreed. Once issued, changes made shall be communicated to workforce through toolbox talks or conducting safety meetings. Management reviews. Purpose of management review or organization review shall be to assess an overall effectiveness of project safety plan. Whatever safety plan we got it, we have to review that it is still effective or something requires to be done, and that can be called review. Organization review, leadership review, management review. Senior management monthly meetings shall be scheduled to contain agenda items relating to safety issues. Meetings shall address project safety trends and implement corrective actions where appropriate. Document. Site safety manager shall prepare safety instructions for issue to personnel. Project site leader shall include safety instructions to personnel in a subcontractor's inquiry. Site safety leader shall prepare safety instructions for issue to personnel, and project site manager or leader shall include safety instructions to personnel in all subcontractors' inquiries. Project site leader shall ensure in placing subcontractors that their personnel accept and agree to implement safety instructions for personnel. Safety says project site manager or leader shall ensure in placing subcontractors that their personnel accept and agree to implement safety instructions for personnel. Records, administration, documentation. Agreed safety instructions for personnel. This is one document or record. Agreed safety instructions for personnel. Contractors, HSC, SHG policy statement, and contractors' safety documents including what? Accidents, incident, near miss reports, site inspection reports, minutes of safety meeting, minutes of progress meetings, that is safety one, safety related, not all, crane test and inspection certificate, equipment lifting tackle test and inspection certificates, copies of third party approvals, EPC contractor safety plan, man hours used. References. What are references? Contractor safety leadership system management system manual, procedures and guidelines. This is reference. Safe work procedure. Introduction is what is safe work procedure. I think it's the important one, the ending one as well. Safe work procedure. What is introduction here? Following instructions are issued to contractor personnel carrying out work in project. They outline health, safety and environment documents that are required to be followed or complied with when undertaking works. These instructions are produced for use by contractors, organization and supervisory staff who are required to ensure that rules and documents are brought to notice of EPC contractor personnel and that such rules and documents are strictly followed. Special precautions or more detailed guidelines or guidance on safety procedures should be discussed with client, safety staff or supervisors prior to commencement of work. This is just means access and limits are not acceptable because inspections are conducted. Inspections and audit we conduct that as well, and we talked of that a lot. We had reached to some level in this. You can see this. We talked of leadership, organization and administration, policy, etc., health and safety assistance, and management of complaints. This is all instructions about issues of audits. First we have to review actually what we have done so far, chapters that we have done. Let me just name them so that we can understand where do we stand. That's the important one, and that is I'll speak on the names of those chapters that we have gone through. And management documents, yes, it's here. So it is first is index, and that is 00 document. Chapter 00 was index. Then safety policy, chapter 1. Then chapter 2 was management system. 3 site security. 4 hand tools. Then 5 first aid regulation. 6 was permit to work, and 7 is housekeeping, and also 8 is safety training. 9 is emergency and evacuation plan, and 10 is fire protection. 11 is personal protective equipment, and 12 is excavation safety. Then control, storage and use of hazardous materials, 13. And 14 is incident reporting. 15 is lifting, rigging and hoisting. 16 is radiography operations. 17 is night working. 18 is scaffolds and ladders. And 19 is temporary electric supply. 20 is welding and cutting. 21 is working at heights and fall prevention. 22 is abrasive wheels. 23 is construction environmental control. 24 is hazards control. 25th is confined space entry. 26 is road safety and vehicles operations. 27 is reward system. 28 is compressed gas cylinders. 29 is heat stress. 30 is safety practices. And 31 is disciplinary enforcement. 32 is safe work. 33 is inspections and audits. 34 is plants facility project. And 35 shall be construction safety relevant sketches. That is going to come. Let us see what are those sketches. Explanation of sketches first, and we will show sketches later on. Says chapter 35, construction safety relevant sketches, safety checks, list for some activities. I'm just trying to explain what I have included in the sketches. Sketches are available on separate pages. It's only, we can say here, files due to take time in this. Sketches are available and there's no issue on that. So we can say that. Let me just blow it further up. It may be 180 possibly. It's not, then I'll reduce this. Okay, it's works, no problem. Construction safety relevant sketches, safety checks, list for some activities. Now construction safety relevant sketches. Certain brief notes have been indicated on each sketch for reference following explanation is given respecting those notes. It is, let me get it 170, I think it will work better. Certain brief notes have been indicated on each sketch. For reference, following explanation is given respecting those notes. Numbers indicated below give sketch designation. Okay, that we will see what is that. These sketches have been produced based on personal knowledge and experience from engineering field. An attempt has been made to cover all significant building activities that expose threat to life and accidents do result in due to non-compliance respecting all such safety procedures. What's that? An attempt has been made to cover all significant building activities that expose threat to life and accidents do result in due to non-compliance respecting all such safety procedures. These procedures do not cost considerably but save time and cost when there occurs no accidents. I had sketches in there. Let me see. Page safety sketches, and where are those procedures? Sketches. Actually, these are separate files. Problems that not in one file. 1, 2. How many sketches are there? 37 sketches are there, and I can't. Well, let me start one only first. Let us see what is that. You can see there's very simple sketch here is for a trench 3 meters by 3 meters and ladders there. There's some railing around and some, you can say, posts, vertical post and safety posts, these are called. There is some entry like this. We have done sketches, we have drawn that. I'll try to explain only, and that's the purpose of this. I close this file. So okay, let me say my hours are over. I have to be careful because I don't want to keep more than 2 hours because of many reasons. So says trench excavation procedures for independent footing. Title is trench excavation procedures for independent footing. Now this picture, this drawing that I showed to you, you can see this drawing again. This is that drawing. This is that drawing here. You can see this is sketch number 1. It is sketch number 1. This is plan and this is section of that. Trench excavation safety sketch 1. These are railings and this is excavation. Ladder is here and that's what it shows. Safety arrangements are there. You have to enter by using ladder and 3 meter each size, and it has to go this. Okay. So it says trench excavation procedures for independent footing. This picture, this drawing shows, a sketch shows location of a ladder for ingress and egress, to go in and to come out. Ingress and egress with provision of railing around. With provisions of railing around. Working area. This is standard procedure adopted on all such activities, keeping safety intact. Keeping safety intact. This is standard procedure adopted on all such activities, keeping safety intact. Particularly when excavation depth exceeds 1200 mm. Excavation carried out employing excavator. Of course, you use excavator for excavation. In some cases, you have to do hand excavation also. Equipment safety procedures must have been adopted while equipment working. Equipment safety procedure must have been adopted while equipment works. Site on excavated area must be kept level and tidy. This is what it is. Now, it's very ordinary one. We'll go to trench excavation procedure for major building with ordinary foundations. Let us try to see this one. So that one, you can say, start what says. Trench excavation procedure for major building with ordinary foundations. This diagram, this film, I mean to say this sketch, shows continuous trench, and that is here, continuous trench. You see this trench is continuous. You can see all that. This is trench, continuous one. This is 2 meters to 3 meters deep, and these are locations of fence post, railing, railway, etc., etc. These are, and these you can see ladders, not more than 8 meters. These are all ladders. These points you can see, these are all ladders, and these railing controls with warnings. And it is when railing is fixed, provide warning tape in day, warning colored light at night. And this is all ladders. Entry and this distance 8 meter. Excavation safety of major building or project, major building project with ordinary foundations. Typical section applicable indicatively to all sites. So this is that one, and what is written about that, we'll see now. What's written about that? Shows continuous trench, entries at ground, location of ladders and railing around area of work. Ladders serve ingress and egress purpose. Excavation carried out employing excavator. Equipment safety procedures must have been adopted while equipment working. Excavated material not to be stockpiled on site but transported to selected location for screening. Watering or safe cover required to be placed on stockpile from environment viewpoint. Site unexcavated area must be kept level and tidy. Then you can say another one is trench excavation procedure for major building with ordinary or raft foundation. Now these sketches are many, and I would show you these sketches formally, but I cannot open them now at once because there's so many problems in filing, and I like to, I don't know where is my, another file, and that is, I cannot say where it is because I myself prepared this. I myself prepared that file actually, and which is procedures. Safety related sketches. I'll try to open my drawing file. It will not go and see that, but let me see how it works. If I can say if I can convert that to PDF file, I think it will be better. Let me see if I can open this. Meanwhile, I'm going to close these sketches, 2 numbers, because you have seen that I'm closing these sketches. Okay, then now I'm going to try this file. I think it's come, but there's so many sketches in this. I'll try to just take a view of that. I'm going to say pan all of these. Just a minute, give me some time. I'll show you all these in one go if I can show you this spatter. Let me take file plot, and this is Now it's the 8. I can say landscape, and I can say window. I take window here, and I'll show you this all. Window, then I go to center plot, and I say okay, apply to layout, okay, preview, and this comes preview, and then I can say okay, plot it. So you'll find just now PDF of that. I see. You see, it's come. So many sketches are there which you can see, and now on this monitor or this screen, laptop screen, and here is that. You can say there are many sketches here. You can just below it further, and you will find that all sketches are here. Though you cannot see them clearly, but I'm trying to show you what it is and how it is done, how it happens. I can just save it also, better for me to save it. Simply related sketches, I'll show them, I'll save them. 27 sketches, model 1, all sketches, I'll just leave it off. All the sketches, just so that we can open anytime. So this is what I'm trying to show you. You will be surprised to see that these sketches are very complicated but useful, and we'll now see how to. I'll close this also, and close this one, and we'll see. Also close this one, and we see I close this one as well, and we'll see this file now. Safety 3, as I said. 3. Trench excavation procedure for major building with ordinary or raft foundation. This is so mass excavation for major building, either to have independent footings or raft foundation, ingress or egress ramp of vehicles, and location of ladders may not be dewatering required. In this case, equipment like excavators, shovel, trucks, compactors, rollers, concrete, transit mixers, etc. would ingress and egress to perform excavation activity. I repeat, shows mass excavation. I'll close this file, okay. ISO says that shows mass excavation, that is in that sketch which I just showed to you and closed it. Shows mass excavation for major building, either to have independent footing or raft foundation, ingress and egress ramp for vehicles. Ramp where you can enter in, you can also come out. Your vehicles can come out, because raft, when we say it's raft excavated, this whole area is excavated, there is no intermittent soil, it's clear, only ends with working areas, means whatever boundaries we have with working area, that all is excavated, and our machines, our equipment can enter in and can come out, and that is best way of working, I suppose. So we can say, it says that shows mass excavation for major building, either to have independent footing or raft foundation, ingress and egress ramp for vehicles. Location of ladders may or may not be dewatering required, and in this case, equipment like excavators, shovel, trucks, compactors, rollers, concrete, transit mixers, etc. would ingress and egress to perform excavation activity. Ramp width should be adequate. Ramp width should be adequate to allow such movement. Ramp slope should not be very steep. Even persons may use such ramp. Persons means if you walk in, can walk, though the other ladders, but if you wish, you can use them if there's no machine at that time. Such excavations is called mass excavation or massive excavation, used for raft foundations or some other foundation areas where independent excavation is not practically feasible. In that case, we can do excavation like this. Such excavation is called mass excavation, used for raft foundation or for footings that are too congested, which congestion make it practically significant not to excavate each footing separately. In that case, even foundation or plinth beams can be accommodated. Only drawback is that backfill quantity is increased. Safety measures implementations are convenient, and site circulation for all further activities shall be efficiently performed. So it is in fact easier to work. Trench excavation. Trench excavation procedure for major building with benching and well point dewatering system. I think we should take it little later because I don't want to bore you, and I have also to work on another video about power of solve. So 2 hours, I think in this time it's okay. If it's successful, I thought for 3 hours, but I think that may not work. Today what we have learned is something very important. I did not even fully talk on inspections and audit. We'll talk on that also in next talk. And we talked about plan, safety plan, how it works, and quality is also, as I said, very much important. As we said, गुणवत्ता and हादसों से कुछ सुरक्षा शक्ति उपयोग, that we have to, it's very important in every work that it should be quality based and it should be safe. It may be production, it may be industry, it may be construction, it's all important. Essential, it is necessary, quality must exist in every activity, in every work. And if you do not keep safe, if you do not involve quality with that work, it's all useless, irrelevant work, not acceptable. Again, I say it's very important. And ergonomics, which I can translate to use of your power, energy, shakti upyog. So we can talk it later also, continuously. And I think it's now time for this video. I'll try to extend this time later on, because early morning it was very difficult. I wanted to talk for 3 hours. In morning time I did not get success, and at this time I think I got, even if it is 2 hours, I think it is not bad, because I'll take up later on some other works to do. So I hope you got something in this talk. Safety is very important subject. It's a discipline, rather it's a subject. It's a total engineering. You can say safety is very much important engineering these days, because of fire, because of natural disaster issues, emergency requirements. Everywhere it applies. It can go to advanced levels. It's the engineering, complete engineering. You can say safety engineering. So we are saying, but it's complete engineering. If you take care of designs, safety is involved in designs as well. If you don't keep those factors in designs, we cannot design comprehensively. It's a part of design, it's a part of prosecution, it's a part of fire, it's a part of earthquake, it's a part of circulation, it's a part of traffic safety, it's a part of means whatever you consider, it comes into action. So we have to be very considerate with this, how to understand this. That's the reason I'm going slowly on this. I've covered many chapters, 35 chapters, and at last I'm going to talk of sketches, and then you have a review completely. I'll put this in postings later on. Now it's only video, so we have to, I think you're happy with that safety should be clearly understood. It's question of life and death. It's question of our workforce, our workers. So I have to be very considerate on this. With this I take your leave for this video at least. Thank you very much. I will see you.